So welcome to the Sharon Feanny Live Fit, Live Life, Live Love Detox program. What this video is going to do is tell you two important things. Why do we need to detox and how we're going to do it? What is this program all about? So before embarking on any big program, I always question myself, why am I doing this? Why am I really doing this? And I know you probably have your own reasons for wanting to do a detox. Maybe you have some health issues. Maybe you've just had way too much fun this holiday and you're ready to get back into a program, a routine. Maybe you're just full of an adventure and you want to try something new. Whatever reasons that brought you to the detox, there's also one overall reason that is important and relevant to everyone. And the reason is, why do we need to detox? Very sad reason is because the world is toxic. So I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I think you know this already. The air that we're breathing is polluted. There's no question about it. The water that we're drinking is contaminated, whether you're drinking it out of a tap, whether it's filtered, or whether it comes in one of those plastic bottles. The food that we're eating is so far from source. Now, many of you are probably quite healthy, but at the end of the day, we're still picking up way too much packaged and canned foods from the supermarket shelves. And the food that we're eating is so far from source, from its nature, that it really doesn't have any of the nutrients and vitamins and minerals and life force, prana, energy that we need from our food. Not to mention the things that it does have, all the additives, the preservatives, the chemicals, the colors, everything. So it's the air that we're breathing, the water that we're drinking, the food that we're eating, but also the toxic elements that come from radiation, from our cell phones, our computers, our televisions. We are surrounded by radiation. And last but not least, stress. Stress is acid. Stress is a huge toxic element in our lives, whether it's stressful relationships, whether it's stressful environment, stressful workplaces. So the sad truth is the world is toxic, and therefore this microism, our body is a microism of the world, microorganism of the world. We are toxic. So we probably wouldn't be having this talk about toxicity or detoxing 10 years ago. I didn't even hear this word, but now everybody's talking about it because the truth is we got to do something about it. Our bodies are in overload. So what could be some of those symptoms of toxic overload? Here's a few that I'm just going to tell you off the top of my head. Headaches, constant headaches and migraines. Insomnia, unable to sleep. Chronic exhaustion, always tired, fatigued, no matter how much sleep you get. Indigestion, lots of gut issues, bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, unable to process your food, constant burping. Skin conditions, acne, eczema, itching, irritation in your skin, blotchy looking skin. Severe symptoms with PMS or menopause. I'm finding so many women getting menopausal symptoms a lot earlier, very intense PMS symptoms. Let me not forget. Oh, and another big one, unable to lose weight. So you're going to the gym all the time. You think you're eating right, but it's still packing on the pounds, especially around the middle, around the waistline of the body. These are all signs of toxic overload. So what we're going to do is talk about what happens when the body's in toxic overload. So those are your symptoms, what's really going on inside your body. So we all know that the liver is the main detox organ, right? The liver also has 6 helpers that help it in the detox process. There's the lungs, there's the kidneys, there's the colon, there's the sinus, there's the lymphatic system, and then there's the largest organ in the body, the skin. So when the body now just cannot, we're so full of toxins, whether it's coming from the food, the water, the air, the radiation, but also just daily stress. I mean, life in the 21st century is not the same as it was in the 20th century. It is stressful. Even if you don't have a full-time job, just dealing with life at this time in the planet is hard. Put all that together, there's an overload of toxins in your system. What happens? Those 6 channels cannot process all the toxins, and the liver dumps it out into the bloodstream. Here's what happens. This is how those symptoms that you may be feeling start to happen. Toxins are really acid. Okay, everybody knows acid is hot, it burns, it destroys. When the body throws, when the bloodstream is thrown acid into it, what happens is two things. The cells and membranes of the cell walls start to coagulate, they start to collapse, and they start to kind of bunch up together. So instead of flowing freely through the circulatory system, they're now looking like sludge, these clusters of cells. So instead of flowing through and doing their job, they're all sludged up, and therefore the energy is not moving freely in the body. That's why you feel like sludge. You feel exhausted all the time. Everything is so hard. Another thing is that the cells are so, when they see or feel this acid coming towards them, they have to protect themselves. It's like they want to put themselves in a garbage bag and tie themselves up to protect themselves from this acid that's coming in to burn them. So what do? They produce a mucus around them. So this mucus, guys, is actually cholesterol. Cholesterol is produced by the liver. So the poor liver is up there trying to process all these toxins. It's in overload just from the toxins as well, itself. And then on top of it, the body it also has to produce to produce cholesterol to protect the cells from this infiltration of acid. So what also happens is these cells have this membrane of cholesterol around them, or mucus, stopping the acid going in. But guess what else it's stopping? It's stopping the oxygen, it's stopping the nutrients, the minerals, all the good stuff too. So the body just is not working efficiently and effectively. And then what happens when it really gets chronic is the body starts to draw on its calcium stocks. So where's the calcium in your body? It's in your bones. So when the body can't process the toxins anymore, it starts to draw out calcium, leach it out from your bones and your teeth. And guess what else happens? And you get osteoporosis, and you get arthritis, and you get inflammation of the joints. These are all symptoms of what happens when there's this overload of acid and toxins in your body. Sounds scary, right? Well, the good news is we now know what's happening, and we now know how to take care of it. The thing is, if you let this continue and go on for years and years, those symptoms then become chronic, and that's where major disease sets in. So what are we going to do? How are we going to fix this program? So there are thousands of detox programs out there, guys. You can Google them, and the 25,000 detox programs will come up. My program is based on just my experience, my knowledge, my 30 years of being in the health and wellness industry. My influences of great teachers like Dr. Alejandro Junger and Tony Robbins and Chris Carr, and all these people that I learn and study from and with. And I've been able to put it together in a program that I think anybody can do. I'm not asking you to starve yourself. I'm asking you to change your lifestyle.